Hello everyone, welcome back to your very own YouTube channel, Dr. Nikita's Radsynapse, and I am Dr. Nikita here, your mentor, educator and friend. So if you're new here, I am a radiologist by profession and an educator by passion, and I love to simplify the complex topics for the students, specifically the medical students. So I can call myself as a medical mnemonist, where I like to share the cheat codes but with concepts. So in this video, I am going to talk about top 3 mistakes that you should avoid if you want to crack NEET PG or for that matter any competitive exam. So we often come across students, who say that they had put in so much of hard work, they had read like 8 to 10 hours a day right from the beginning, they read all the notes available on the earth, but still they could not manage to get a rank or even to qualify the NEET PG. So where do they go wrong? What are the mistakes? So out of the many mistakes that we have come across, I have top listed the 3 mistakes, and these are the mistakes that must be avoided if you want to crack these exams. So let's dive into our today's video. So the number 1 mistake that I think should be avoided is reading notes without solving MCQs. So I have seen many students doing this mistake. They just keep on reading notes and they will collect notes from all the coaching institutes that are available, but they will not solve the MCQs. So what happens in that sense is, we lack to understand what are the topics which the examiner asks on the questions on frequently. We fail to understand, this is the way that an MCQ can be framed. Because what happens in an MCQ generally, that the options are very close. So we need to develop the skills of solving those MCQs, both with the speed and with accuracy. So accuracy and speed both are equally important, and that we can get only when we practice enough MCQs. So as I always say, net practice is much more important than playing the match on the ground on the final day. So how much of the net practice you do will actually determine whether you will win the game or you will lose the game on the day of the match. So this net practice is nothing but solving as many MCQs as possible. So as your well-wisher, as someone who has already been on this journey and who has cracked NEET PG in the first attempt with a very good rank, I would like to advise you that please, maybe you can stick to 1 notes, but MCQs you can solve from as many platforms as possible. Because what generally happens is, if you are watching the videos or reading the notes of one platform and solving the MCQs of that particular platform itself, generally there's a bias in the MCQs that we have seen. Like the MCQs would be framed from those videos and those notes itself. When you solve the MCQs or you give the grand test or the subject-wise test on another platform, we realize that, we don't score that well on the other platform as we were doing on our primary platform. This is because that set of questions would be different. It's not possible for any one platform to give all the MCQs available in that one particular platform. If they do that, then the students will start cribbing ki itne sare questions hain kaise kare, right? So I would say that solve as many MCQs as possible rather than reading as many notes as possible. Alright. The second most important mistake that should be avoided during preparation is you should not master the previously asked questions. Rather, you should master the previously asked topics. Like I have been taking classes for the PG aspirants, the medical PG aspirants since I would say approximately 8 years now. And what I have seen, like when I appeared for the exam and when I see the papers even now, the topics remain the same except for some new updates, the discoveries in the medical field, the new drugs. Otherwise, the topics would remain the same. Like in medicine, your rheumatology part, the vasculitis. There are some favorite topics of the examiners which are always there. So this we would get to know only when we would solve the previous year questions. But I would say that when you do that, when you're solving the previous year papers, rather than just ratifying ki ye question hai, ye answer hai, you should ask yourself this particular question when you're solving any MCQ, not only the previous year papers. Do I know everything about this topic? For example, let us say, suppose there is a question on, let's say there's a question on developmental milestone. Alright, and if the question is, when does the child develop the mature pincer grass? So in that case, you should not stop, just solve that question. You should ask yourself, quickly revise in your mind, all the developmental milestones. And if you get stuck anywhere, go back to your notes and revise the developmental milestones quickly. So finish that topic there itself. So this is just one example. For example, let me give you another example. Suppose in radiology, you get a question that, there are cavitatory lesions in the lung and the patient is C ANCA positive. What is the diagnosis? We know it's vaginous granulomatosis. So here, vaginous granulomatosis, you should know everything about it. That means it is a favorite topic with the examiner. Not just vaginous granulomatosis, उसके आजू बाजू के जो भी vasculitic syndromes हैं, कौन सा large vessel है, small vessel है, medium vessel है, everything you should know about it. So this is the strategy which I followed and it really paid me off. As I told you, I got into Radiology PG in my first attempt itself because I used this strategy and it really works wonders. So whenever you solve any MCQ, ask yourself whether I know this topic very well. Quickly ask yourself some questions and test yourself. If the answer is no, revise your notes. If the answer is yes, you know everything, go to the next question. So the second thing is, do not master the previously asked questions, but yes, definitely master the previously asked topics. So these are the two mistakes which we have seen. The third mistake that should be avoided is not revising in an effective manner. And what does that mean is, I have seen many students, or rather all the students, doing this mistake. Like, they keep reading everything, they want to read this as well, they want to read that as well, but they fail to revise. Trust me, it is not how much you read that is important. It is how much of it, what you read, what you retain is important. So how much of what you have read you actually retain and you're able to reproduce in the examination hall or while solving the MCQs, that is what counts more. So rather than mastering one topic, like reading the notes of the topic from everywhere, I would rather say you should know the essential parts of the most important topics. So revision should start as soon as possible. It is not that you have to wait for the syllabus to get over, like you'll finish the first reading and then you would start revising. Now we have already reached in September, so I hope all of you are revising. You are following our revision timetable on the Telegram group as well, Dr. Nikita's Radsynapse, where we have prepared a timetable for you so that you don't have to do that difficult task. We give you daily tests and I'm sure you all are enjoying that. If you are one of those who's following this schedule, giving the test, and you feel that it is benefiting you, do let me know in the comments. It really, motivates me to do much more for you. So coming back to our topic. So what we were talking about is not revising effectively. So the best revision plan, I always say, is whatever you have read today should be revised tomorrow itself. Whatever you are going to read tomorrow should be revised the day after. And whatever you read in the 6 days of the week should be revised on the 7th day of the week. So like this, what happens, the earlier you revise once you have read, the stronger the synapses are formed in the brain and you retain much better. It's a proven, scientifically proven technique, and this is the technique which I always follow when I study, and it has always paid me off. So I understand that, it sounds boring कि आज भी ये पढ़ा, कल भी वापस वो पढ़े. You feel that सब तो याद है, why am I wasting time on reading that again? It's a natural thing that you will get, when you will sit to revise what you have read yesterday. But trust me, as I said, it will help you to make stronger synapses and retain much better. If you follow this technique, no one can stop you from remembering things better and reproducing them better in the examination hall. So please remember, whatever you read today, for example, let's say in 8 to 10 hours, if you revise it tomorrow itself, it will hardly take you 1 hour to revise that because it's fresh in your mind. But at the same time, you're making the synapses stronger. So follow this technique. It really works wonders. So these are the top 3 mistakes that we have seen. Number 1, just reading notes and not solving MCQs or giving subject-wise test or giving grand test. Solving MCQs is as important, or rather more important, than reading the notes. Second is mastering the previous year topics. You should not master the previous year questions. Third is revising as you are studying. Don't wait for the syllabus to get over or the first read or first revision to get over to start with the second revision. Revise as you are reading. Keep some time, 1 hour, 2 hours in a day daily for revision. Whatever short time you get during your internship or work at hospital, grab that time to revise what you have read yesterday. Like this, you'll be revising so many times and you will not even realize that you are actually revising and utilizing your time. So I hope this video helps you to understand the strategies that a topper adopts, to crack the NEET PG or any exam. And I'm sure like you all are cautioned about these mistakes and you will not do these mistakes and you will pass with flying colors. Waiting to hear from all of you after your exams. So if you have liked this video, please do not forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel with the bell notification on so that you do not miss on any new video that I upload. That's all for today. Goodbye, take care, keep studying, keep revising and keep winning. I'll see you in my next one.